Starting the broadcast all up in your face. Hi! Hi, babies! How's everybody doing? Super happy to be here with you today. We have officially kicked off eclipse season, and this especially is a massive eclipse for us as Americans. This will affect the collective, this will affect the individual, and it'll absolutely affect our country. Check it out. Did you know there's only been 8 eclipses over the United States of America since 1776, since it was formed as a country? I found that pretty interesting news because these eclipses every year, some of them, like the lunar eclipse that we just had on March 25th, that aspected the entire world, but some only aspect certain areas. And so only 8 have aspected the United States of America since the United States of America became the United States of America. So I thought that was pretty cool because these energies, when they come to the earth, they affect the earth and all her creatures, and they make change. When the sun is eclipsed, there is effective change, and those changes are in effect for 6 months to a year. So we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to do a reading, and then I'm going to talk about each sign and how these changes will affect you. I am certain most all of you are feeling these changes. You might not be feeling them in the ways that you desire, and that's what we're also going to talk about. Change usually comes with discomfort. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't change and we probably wouldn't move, because most often humans become amazing creatures of habit. And we forget we're on a planet that forces adaptation, and that we're able to use that and to make change for our better. So let us start as we always do. First of all, check out my fly outfit. Woo! As I lose my balance. Look at that. Oh, hey now, hey now. I would stand up, but you wouldn't be able to see the whole thing right now, so I'll have to take a picture and put it online for you later. Yes, because it is oh so divine. Look at that. My pants are just as dazzling. You can see the top. Look. Oh, see the top? Oh, wait. Maybe I'll just show you real quick. Oh, it's okay. Mama just being silly. Aren't they fresh? Look at that. And they're huge at the bottom. And I have fabulous heels on. But this is not about my fashion broadcast. This is about the eclipse. But anyway, I just want to give you some little eye candy because it's me. And that's the new me that loves all that. So, hey, part of my evolution. All right, let's get started. I know the people that are new to me are like, how does her voice change? And how does she have an accent one second and then not the other? I got my seat stuck. Okay, so we're going to pause and take a few deep breaths. And I have a beautiful throat chakra bowl here for us. This is some heavy hitting energy. This is a massive month of change. April is so much going on. Oh my goodness. So let's get ready and let's prep our space so that we can be good, attractive focal points for what we want more of. Yes? I think my internet is a little screwy right now. I was attempting to. I'm not sure. Y'all tell me if it's streaming well or not. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes, and if you're seated in a chair, put your feet flat on the ground. If you're seated on the ground, you might want to sit crisscross applesauce. And we're going to bring our belly button forward. It's funny, I become very conscious of how quickly I'm breathing when I get ready to do this with you, which is why I do this with you, because most of us are breathing like I am. So bring your belly button forward. All right, and go ahead and open your hands and relax your shoulders and close your eyes. And we're going to take a big breath in through our nose. And when we let it go out through our mouth, we're going to let it make noise so that our body hears our breath go. And then we know it's going to be okay. Because we are not our body, we are our souls. And our body is something separate that most of us aren't even paying attention to. Running around expecting our brains to calm down while our biology is unbalanced. So, go ahead and close your eyes. And take a big breath in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth. And in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And in through your nose. And out through your mouth. With your eyes closed, wiggle your fingers and your toes with that new breath and that new possibility flowing all through your body, rejuvenating each of your cells, all the way to each of your fingers and the tips of each of your toes. And now take your left hand and put it on your chest. And take your right hand and put it on your left. And say, I love you to your body. All those systems working for you. Loving for you, breathing for you, beating for you. And then say, I love you to this planet that hosts our life with the water we need and the air we breathe. And then say, I love you to a power greater than ourselves. Whatever you call your HP, say, thank you, I love you, and I know you got it all under control. And then relax your hands. And let's take one more big breath into your nose, bringing in all the good. And let it go out through your mouth. And open your eyes with new energy. A new possibility, a new capability. My thing is not cooperating. This bowl is challenging unless I play it really loud. And I didn't want to be beaming it in your ears. While we were breathing. Thank you for being here. I love you. Thank you. Don't you love my outfit? You know, when you take care of yourself, it's easier to be beautiful. And that's what we're talking about today. That's the name of the game. We have an eclipse over America, and this is game-changing energy. It's super, super strong. It's super, super impacting. So if we get the chance to understand more about how it affects us personally, and we can allow the changes that can be happening on our own inner being, then we can bring more to the game of the collective. So as I was saying in the very beginning, for those of you who are just joining, we've only had 8 eclipses that have ever actually gone over the United States of America since it became the United States of America, which I find pretty cool because you have eclipse season every single year, and some of them encompass like this lunar eclipse that just happened on March 25th encompassed the whole world. This solar eclipse that's happening on April 8th with the new moon only encompasses part of North America, I believe. Sometimes it does North America and Central America and South America. But this one is like, well, we're getting it, right? And so it's a really big deal. And in the past, I'm going to choose my words. Listen to what I'm saying. In the past, these eclipses have brought change in ways that were absolutely less than comfortable, and maybe that we would not want to do again. And that with that, we have the chance to understand that with new consciousness and new energy, we have the power to see situations differently. We have more power to connect, more power to be compassionate, more power to evolve our own souls. And when we do that, higher choices present. It's actually how it works. Like, you ever heard about the fact that, like, a lot of people sometimes more let me say more than one person presents with an invention in the past, like someone way over here on the world and then someone way over here in the world, and they come at the same time and they say, I invented this, and then people are like, were you copying? You know, who had the idea first? Did you cheat? Whatever. What happens is there's consciousness floating around the planet. And as you raise your own consciousness and become that which is like, and draw that which is like unto self of higher consciousness, you get access to more ideas. You get to make more connections. You become more conductive. You get access to all that is. So as people climb in consciousness, as the planet herself raises in consciousness and the humans climb in consciousness, some of us that are really, really doing the work, showing up, wanting to grow, allowing the painful circumstances, allowing the changes to occur, using these energetic changes for our highest good, become magnets for better ideas. You become inspired to create something better. And then, I had this idea, and maybe someone else had it too, and no one was cheating, and no one stole it from each other. You become able to, it's like little clouds of ideas, and then you get to scoop them and become magnets to them, that you get to draw them to you, literally. That's literally what it is. Once you raise your conductivity to match. Now, that's a whole lot of sciencey terms, a whole lot of energetic talk. I'm going to put it in human terms with skin on it, so it makes more sense. Okay, so I have notes to keep me on track. This eclipse, okay, we just had an eclipse on March 25th. It was a lunar eclipse with the south node, okay? What that means is the south node, in tropical astrology, it's called the south node. In Vedic astrology, it is called Ketu. It is the butt of the dragon, and it is excreting what is no longer working. So we are getting rid of things that are no longer working. Now, this can be taking place in a multitude of ways. This might mean that we have seen a situation in this one way. Maybe we've seen ourselves in this one way. Maybe we've seen a relationship. Maybe we have seen our ability to move forward in a certain way, in one way, right? And then all of a sudden, something shifts and changes, and we have a change in our perspective, and we see it differently. And we're like, you know what? I could do this, or I could see it this way, or I could give grace here, or I could just let it go. Like, I'm not going to pay attention to it anymore, right? And in that, we bring energetic change. We let go of what is no longer serving us. Most times this happens because something's not working anymore for people. It happens because things hurt. I am working with people right now that, like, they've closed the door on parts of their past. They haven't allowed themselves to feel some of the circumstances that happened to them when they were a kid. And so now, like, that stuff's knocking on their door so loud they can't not listen, you know? And the thing is, the reframing, the letting go, is not forgetting what happened. It's not forgetting who did what to you, or not holding that, thinking that it's not a deal anymore. It's that you can reframe circumstances in the way that right now, if you have looked at something, if you've closed the door on something and locked it up in a box in your past, well, then that's a belief. Okay, that's a belief, which created a behavior, which is now manifested in your body, by the way. You've got some physical, energetic issues because of your doing this. So the way that happens is you have you've decided, I can't deal with that. I'm not strong enough to deal with that. Or I just can't, right? That's your belief. But Spirit's knocking right now and saying this isn't going to work anymore. We're really, we're going to have some issues and you're going to have to take a look at this. And so it's not that you have to deal with all of it, but you can change your belief that these things are being presented to me now because I do have the ability, the strength, the support system, the courage, the balance to look at them. I do have the ability to move forward and to heal, right? Doesn't mean you know how to deal with everything right now. That right there is a shift in your belief system. It is a permission to move forward. What it does in your body is remove some of the energetic shit that you have stored up and blocked that you might be calling like gout, high blood pressure, IBS, anxiety, bullshit like that, right? Because that's what happens when that shit gets stored up for a long time, up in here, and then comes in here, and then it eventually goes in here, okay? So right now, in my own life, I'm trying to think of other circumstances so I can put some skin on this for you. So maybe you have, I'm working with a family that the health, one of the family members' health has just seemed like it's spiraling out of control, and that there's really not an answer, and things have gotten very dark in the view of there being a light at the end of the tunnel. Like that hole at the end of the tunnel has gotten really, really small. And so their belief, whether they, that's kind of happened a little bit over time, a little bit. So funny. I just realized something as I'm saying this. In my feeling, it goes like this. It used to be like, we can heal, everything's possible. We're going to go to the doctor and get the answers. Well, they did that, right? And then the doctor's like, I don't know what to tell you, or it's this, or it's this, or it's this, right? And then I have no clue, or we have no clue. Well, you need to go talk to other people. You need to figure it out. And then like this, right? And so it's like this, and there's the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And so now, as they are depleted on their resources and their energy and their hope, there's become a belief there that things might not get better, at least a little bit. It's a fear, some nervousness, manifesting as anxiety and further complicating the inflammation in this human being's neurological function, okay? And so the shift in the belief now is to clean that out and to restore the understanding that if we let go of that old belief that there's only this one way to solve it, that we give permission to a new way of healing. If we decide that we can explore more natural connection to the human body, basic nutrition, basic grounding, homeopathy, increasing conduction in the body through electromagnetic means, that just those things alone might be enough to settle down this human being's central nervous system and allow for better conductivity, right? That's a shift in a belief. It's a permission given. What it does in the body is pulls up dams. Same way if you have a belief in your heart that no one's going to love you the way you are, or you have to go prove your love. Women, listen to this one. You have to go perform and earn accolades in order to prove your love. This is men also, actually. It builds a dam around the heart, an energetic dam that manifests as high blood pressure and increased pressure on the heart. So if you let that go and you let it go to the side and you allow that wall to start to diminish, you start to heal the blood pressure. anything dealing with the heart area. In my own personal body, the reason I paused earlier is the way that this is manifesting in my life right now is I have, for the longest time, masculine my way up to life. Absolutely. I'm a fire energy. I have a very strong masculine energy. And so I have, even though when I haven't realized it, I've showed up to conquer. And I will again choose my words very carefully. I got to see my spine on image the other day, and my spine says, back off. My spine says, we're a little unhappy and inflamed right now because you put too much a load on this one spot. Okay? And so I have to understand. And so this is the part that I was thinking, oh my goodness, Heather. And so he was showing me that down my spine, it's like I got to see on this image where I surfed down my spine, right? And it's like open spine area, open area around the nerve, open area around the nerve, open area around the, the disc, open area around the nerve. And then we get to this one and it's like, whoa, like you blew out the cushion there. You've been pushing too hard. Like that disc needs some love. And the area around the nerve has gone like this, like the light around the tunnel. Not to the degree that I have anything that I can't open it back up from, but I have to let go of old ways of believing and behaving if I want to manifest better in my physical body. That's what my beautiful body is telling me. Time to change your ways, mama. Time to operate differently. And so it's so funny because my back is screaming at me when I stand in some postures, if I carry anything. So this sweet little thing now has not been carrying anything. I have got back to training and I have got back to the gym, but I'm not going to load my spine. I'm not going to act like I was. It's changing my whole demeanor. It's changing my walk. It's changing the way that I move. So I'm going to decide that I am grateful for that. And this constant reminder in my lower spine right now is reminding me to adopt the new ways and let go of the old. And the thing is, if it weren't so present, the truth is I would go back because it is a complete, you have to understand, or you don't have to understand anything. I don't like when I say that. I will say this. I was explaining to my son that this is a complete and total redefinition of who I am for me. I have been the woman that has never had to wait on a man to help me do anything. I have never had to ask a man to help me move anything. I remember having kids with me being in IKEA in Washington, D.C., and I was going to have to wait for them to help me move the box to my car, and I just didn't feel like I had that kind of time that day. So I picked the box up, put it on my head, and walked out. To like all these African men just looking at me like, damn, right? And, I built this body that can show up and do anything. I have picked up multiple cars to help people. I have pushed cars out of roads. The list goes on, right? And so the fact that I need you to help me, or I don't need. I might want to choose to ask someone to help me lift the bag of dog food now. What? What is this preposterousness? Do you know who I am? You know what I mean? It's completely different. And so I'm digging it. I'm deciding I like it. I'm deciding that I'm grateful for this reminder in my back. Because it's not permanent. You have new cells completely in 2 years. Even your skeletal system by 7. Everything's restructuring. Everything is evolving. Everything is adapting and growing and changing. If you don't keep affirming the bullshit, if you get out the way, change your belief system, change your behavior, change how you be, and affirm the next best thing, then you're on the road to better living. So that's why I use this body I've been given as the most glorious roadmap to pay attention to how I'm operating. And it tells me. It either shows up in good optimum health, I feel happy, energetic, or I don't. And when I don't, I got to find out why. So that's what's going on in my own life. And the thing is, like, when I put this on the astrology, then I can go to the fact that, like, I'm a Capricorn, okay? This eclipse coming up, the one that just happened was all about my 10th house. Okay, the one coming up about my 4th house. My 4th house is my family. Do you want to know how this is affecting my family? This is changing the dynamic with how I interact with my now growing larger than me son and my larger than me boyfriend. I am literally having to ask them to help me to do other things, which is incorporating more of their participation in a different part of our lives. It is requiring that I delegate more of the stuff that I used to simply do, which is changing my dynamic of interacting. And so it is evolving our interaction. And it is allowing me to step into my more feminine way of being, which I have not done before. And I just adore it. Because the truth is, I wouldn't walk like this. The heels help my back feel better. I wouldn't walk like this and move like this every second because I probably wouldn't be as aware as I really am. The thing is, if you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. You're just like, there's Heather playing again. There's Heather being silly. How much fun is that, right? So we can really use these things if you can allow the discomfort to reshape you instead of shut you down. Okay? That's the key. That's the key. So in this way, this is where we're getting to really honor who we want to be. All right? This up and coming eclipse. And that's why I say all this pain you just had 3 days of a full moon. Right? You just had 3 days of a full moon energy. Was it 3? Almost 3. Almost 3 days of full moon energy. And in that, so much was illuminated in what's going on in your life. It was a really hard time for people. People were really feeling the feels. Good. Good. That's what might allow you to make change. Okay? If I were you, I would get a journal right now. I would write down everything that you just felt. Especially the things that hurt and were terribly uncomfortable, because those are the things right now that this eclipse might be helping you let go of. And that's glorious. So let's talk about what's coming. We have a big month in April. This next eclipse on April 8th is at 19 degrees Aries. And it is a realigning eclipse. It is a full solar eclipse. And it is aspecting the North Node and Chiron. Okay, so put that together. Your North Node is where you're going. It's your destiny. And so the North Node, remember in the beginning I spoke about the South Node eclipse with the lunar eclipse, which is what we were excreting and letting go of. So the North Node, in tropical astrology is called the North Node. In Vedic astrology, it is called Rahu. It is the head of the dragon. And it's what we want to consume. It's what's new. It's new beginnings. It's blossoming. And so this is aspecting, this is an Aries, me, I am. That's the mantra to use, by the way, for this for this month of April. I am. Affirm who you be, what you want to be, not what you don't. Don't waste your time anymore. Don't even talk about it. Simply what you do want to be, okay? Talk about what you do want to be with I am statements affirming your most highest good, your best well-being. Conjunct North Node. So that means that, or aspect North Node with North Node, meaning that with that, Spirit's knocking. Spirit's knocking, and you are a divine vessel. You are a storehouse of gifts. And Spirit gave you stuff that nobody else has. And if you don't bring it forth, we don't get to play. I often say we are all sparks of the almighty flame. And each of us gets charged, literally charged, with gifts galore. And then it's like, God's like, go burn, baby, burn. Shine bright. Make me proud. And the more we all shine, the more we all shine. And so this is that Aries call to action. Absolutely. Call to action. Call to your soul to bring forth who you want to be. Okay? And the kicker is it's aspecting Chiron. Chiron's the wounded healer. The story of Chiron is that he was trying to become aware of his wounds so he could heal himself, but he didn't do so hot at healing himself, but he became so skilled in the art of learning to heal that he was able to heal others. And so this is where we're getting to see, in my intuitive understanding, where we're standing in our own way. Where we've been in our own way because of the way we see ourselves. You may think it's the way others see you, or others aren't ready for you, or others perceive you. But that's the reflection that you're sensing because of your projection. So this is where we're getting to see where we are hurt, and where we need to bring love to, and calm, and balance, and stability, and I am fire, and courage, and bravery. And where we're fearful, go. Sometimes. I'm not like all the time. Don't go do dumb shit. But like, if this is where you're like, I've always wanted to do this, and I'm really afraid, do it. Try it. Even if you fall, get back up. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Ahimsa says yes. I think it was just Mama. All right, let's pull some cards here. And then I will talk briefly about each sign, and I have a treat for you for each sign. And then we will give you some love and some insight as to how you can use this energy and how it affects your sign personally. Okay. Whoa. What is it, Mama? I'm going to take all three of those. That one. That's fine. Okay. Take those because they fell out. And we'll do this. I gotta stay on time today. Well, we will talk about that later, so I'm staying on task. Okay, let's see what's up for us. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Ay, vey. Okay. We have this is our overall card for the energy presenting. Now, this card means that we feel like we are stuck. Clearly, it's pretty lazy to look at him. He's stuck. But the funny thing is none of the swords are piercing him. This is self-perceived stuckness. This is really feeling like I don't have a way out, and I don't think I can. Okay, that's what it feels like to me. And the energy presenting is right there. I mean, like double whammy, like two of the cards you just like are not your favorite. Your fears. These are your worst fears. Look at her. She's scared shitless. She's like got the thoughts of the Grim Reaper right there, whoever the hell that is, and then like all these blades pointing at her. But again, look at her. She's comforting herself with this beautiful big braid of hair, and nothing is touching her. Okay? So this is even the hand at the corner. It's not touching her. She feels like it. And the feeling like it is feeding it. Okay? And what we need to put in our head and our heart and our hands is this Chariot energy. We need to decide consciously to carry ourselves somewhere different. We need to choose to let go of Let me pull one more card on that one. We need to choose to let go of the way we've been seeing things. Like, we've been seeing them. We've been the Princess of Swords. The Princess of Swords has her hand in the air where she is pulling down the energetic, ethereal message. She's a channel. She's what's the word I'm looking for? Seer. She's a seer. She is consort. Not consort. I'm sorry. Not consort. She is consultant. Whoops. Big difference there. To Odin. That's why you see his ravens. It is said that she drinks with Odin and gives sound counsel. She is the one who takes the ethereal message and she grounds it. That's the sword in the ground, okay? And then she's pointing with conviction. She speaks it, she lives it, she bees it. This is the energy that allows us to transport ourselves to the solution. And we got 3 cards for the solution, so we're going to put these all together. The outcome of this is being able to stand up for what we really want to stand up for. This is Cleopatra and my lovely deck. This is choosing. The thing about this card is we get to take a look at what we've been standing for. It's quite possible that we've been standing up for what we think we should stand up for and getting energetic about what we think we should get energetic about and resisting and protesting. But like, what are you feeding? What are you really feeding? What are you really feeding? Is it creating this? Are you watching the problem? Are you watching it? Are you allowing people in your circle that are talking about this? Are you, posting on social media, calling your friends and talking about it? Feeding this. This is where you get to say, I'm going to take my energy back and rise up in a way that is beneficial for me. You get to make magic that way. The Temperance card is the learning to blend the energies of all that is, to align our will with something greater than us that has more understanding, more compassion, temperance, more, what was I just going to say? I lost the word. Oh, he's the alchemist. And the 8 of Pentacles is about studying a new way. This is about this young monk here. I forget the name of the thing that is being put around his neck, but the older monk is taking him under a time of tutelage. He is going to take him for a long period of study. He's going to show him the ways. The young man is undergoing a new way. He is consenting to learning a new way of believing and behaving. So his being will in effect be different. He is undertaking the way of the monk here. Okay? So if we put this all together, and the energy for us to embody is the Hermit and the 2 of Cups. So this is the card of intimacy. And this can be intimacy with another. It can be intimacy with ourselves. The Hermit retreats from all that is to understand. Look at that with the full moon. Haha. So when I put all this together, and let's see what, you have this one. Oh, wait, which way did I pick this up? I picked it up this way. Okay, we have Maya. Maya's upside down, so we have an alignment message right here. It says illusion. That's what she looks like. Isn't she beautiful? Okay. And she says to us, the goddess Maya has come to give you some clarity now. How have you been in denial about your life lately? Have you been chasing after an outcome that eludes you? Do you want to believe in something or someone so badly, perhaps drawn by a potential you hope to see come to fruition, that you have lost your way and given your power over to them? Your alignment task, here's my card, is to summon your courage and be willing to see things as they really are, as opposed to how you want them to be. Be honest with yourself. The goddess Maya understands the seduction of the illusion of separation. After all, she created the illusion of individual self. Once the illusion has faded, you are free to choose another path, another way, and other people to connect deeply with. This is a wonderful time to do a self-inventory of your life. There's that journal again. How you love, what you believe, who you follow. why you choose to live the way you do. When the goddess Maya comes to break down illusions and delusions, it is a very auspicious sign. What a beautiful reading with crazy synchronicity. Let me see what time it is. I gotta move here. Okay, here's the deal on all that. Let's put it all together, beautiful boys and girls. And then I have so much fun for you. Oh, and then our universe card says, I am the dreamer of my dream. That's an Aries card. And I am. I love it. Okay, here's what's up. So, and this is actually what I said in the beginning. This is why I chose to make this video right now. You just had the full moon, which illuminated many of the ways that you feel locked up. There are many of the ways that you feel like you're in purgatory, and that things are stuck. You know, like there's a lot of change in the world right now. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now, okay? But the deal is that these fears that are presenting are self-imposed fears. It is our choice delusion from how we have allowed our beliefs to solidify, okay? If we can knock some of those down, and we can choose to bring new beliefs into our life that are more allowing and of greater permission, they literally are the catalyst. They're the chariot. They are the vehicle that allows us to move from old ways of thinking and being to a way where we really stand up and focus our energy and attention to what is good for us, what we're really about. It's going to take some learning. It's going to take some time. It's going to take choosing, as Maya said, to be around different people where we reinforce this. That's where you come into my village, by the way, and join the tribe. And where's my other card? Yeah. That's the magic. That's where we start becoming less resistant and more aligned with all that is. You see, everything is abundant and just fine. We're the ones that throw the hitch and the giddy up. So as we back off our own gas pedal, we are able to get more in the flow. It's funny, when we become less assertive, we become more powerful. It's like water. And the energy for us to actually embody is to take some time off the gas pedal, to get quiet with ourselves, to retreat into ourselves, and to develop that intimate connection. That might be with another, that might be with another human being. That might be with ourselves. That might be with both. Might be with both. But this is about getting quiet and connected. And going within, okay? And let me tell you how to listen to this before I go any further. When I speak about the astrological transits that are happening and the energies that are presented because of it, those energies apply to all of us. They are in effect for everyone, and they will affect all living creatures on planet Earth, the Earth herself. When we read for signs, you can listen for your rising sign, your ascendant, and your moon, and you can apply them that way. So if you are like a Capricorn ascendant and an Aries moon and a Leo rising, then listen to the readings and apply them accordingly. The Aries is going to be, if you're an Aries moon, then that would be like what's going on with your emotions. With your rising sign, it's going to be what's going on coming up in your life. And with your ascendant, it's like what's going on inside you. Does that make sense? So you can listen to all of these and apply them for all of your signs. If you don't know how to find your signs, you can send me a direct message. You can search online and find out how to find out your rising sign and your moon and your ascendant rather easily. Especially, you just have to know the time of your birth, but that's real easy. But if you ever want like your chart read for you and you want to know, oh, there's a wren on my patio. Cute little fat baby. If you ever want to know what that means for you with current transits, like how that affects your life right now, then you can send me a message. We can set up a reading and we can explore your natal chart and what these actual aspects going on right now mean for you. And that way you can show up in the best way possible use the energy and better your life. Excuse me, I was trying to avoid that. Oh, thank you. This is my fancy outfit. I'll go ahead and show it again. I'm not going to make you go back to the first one and miss this. I love this outfit. Check it out. Yo, these are my fun clothes. Just like I was telling the Leos in the first reading. For y'all that go back with me, but first of all, let's just take a second. Look at the sleeves. Oh, hey now. Yes. My pants are equally as full. And my shoes are oh so fancy. Can you see them? Hang on. Oh, look at that. Yes. For y'all that go back with me, you know that I used to wear all kinds of crazy clothes on days that I found challenging. Like I would roll out with a cape on, legit. You know this. I would wear like a fluorescent green cape outside to make myself feel a little bit better and a little more superhero-y, and to change my focus from whatever it was that I felt limited on and distracted at that point. So I do the same way, only I'm updating and upgrading, you know, so hey. And not to mention, not to get confusing, for those who aren't of Camp Chiefess, but I am honing Honeybee Sexpot, my character, so that has everything to do with influencing my behavior. Yes, I am consciously co-creating who I want to be. It's amazing. You can join me on my Create the Character workshops and you can do the same. But guess what? Spirit's doing it for all of us right now. That's what eclipse season is. So all you got to do is show up and learn to heed the signs, diminish your resistance, go with the flow. Easier said than done. Now, if we apply what I just said to energetic terms, it might be a little more easy to break down than what's going on in your life. Go watch the first episode and see what it looks like. We just had a South Node lunar eclipse, so we're letting go of things. We are learning to reframe our viewpoint. We're learning to let go of beliefs and behaviors that aren't serving us. And we're getting prepared for the April 8th eclipse, which is in Aries in conjunction with the North Node, aspecting Chiron, where we're being called to our power, called to rise and to recognize who we want to be in the sign of Aries. It's I am, yes? So, we got to let go of some crap apparently before we can own, we can step into and what we want. And it makes sense, like I used to say this quite simply, like you can only have so much food on your plate. And so sometimes you got to take things off your plate before you put things on. And everyone thinks, often people think that has to do with loss. Oops, missed the chair. Or suffering or doing something negative. But if you reframe your perspective, the loss of a job always feels really bad. Something presented in your body feels really bad. Something going on with your relationship feels really bad. But how many times have you looked back later and been like, dang, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have changed this. Or if I hadn't been paying attention, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have paid attention to this. And then you can modify your behavior. So as I said in the first little episode earlier today, it's not about what presents. It's about not finalizing it. It's about understanding that everything is transmuting, that you are in process and nothing is final. The human body, truly amazing, completely new cells every 2 years, and from the rooter to the tutor, including your skeletal system in 7. Wow, snap. So if you don't keep telling the same old boring love song about your body can make something new. Incredible, isn't it? All right, so the other things that are going on in April are we have Saturn and Mars making their conjunction. Now, this is a big deal because this only happens every 2 years. This makes for new themes and challenges for the next 2 years. So what you do is you pay attention to what's going on in your life when Saturn and Mars make their conjunction, because that's telling you right then. My nose is so itchy. I was outside today in the pollen. Bear with me. Don't even care. When those astrological dynamics present, you can look at what's going on in your life right then, and then you have an idea of, oh, these are the themes and the challenges that are going to be showing up for the next 2 years. This is what I'm working with, all right? And so I use that because I feel like it helps me navigate, and it gives me more understanding instead of just feeling like, wow, why can't this go away? Or why can't I deal with this? Generally, what is happening is my belief about the situation is not serving. Therefore, I've probably chosen behavior in a situation that's equally not serving. So as soon as I can perhaps reframe my belief on it and reframe the permissions I'm giving it in terms of a solution, I can get on board with allowing things to transmute, to change. And it doesn't mean that the situation removes itself. It means that I'm not in the way anymore. And even that is a really big deal. It might not sound like a big deal, but I know that y'all don't know. If you know where I come from, being in my own way is a really big deal. It's a really big thing. So Saturn and Mars will be conjuncting in April. And then we're starting the month with Mercury retrograde. So some people make a big fuss about that. It's not really so much as a deal. We have most planets direct right now, so it'll be the first one to go retrograde. And then, if it's not your ruling planet, the retrograde simply means that we're moving back over times that we have already experienced. So I feel like it's getting like I get to glean little gems about like whatever projects I was working on, or if I was trying to maybe like pay attention to a dynamic, and I was going to say a behavior. When I say that, meaning like if I got something going on in my life that I'm not really happy about, I understand that it's a mirror of me. I'm matched to it. So instead of trying to figure out why that person did that, or why that system did that, or why that thing is pissing me off, or why that thing won't stop doing that thing, I don't waste my time with shit that I can't control, and I have no effort, I have nothing to do with. So I put all my effort and all my focus and all my attention, which is my energy, into how am I matched to that? How am I drawing that onto me? How am I being this way, right? And so that gives me the ability to take a look at myself, and then often to heal hurt and to become aware of where I've had behaviors and I've had beliefs that maybe I didn't even know about. And so then I get out my own way. I know, it's amazing. So we also have Uranus conjunct Jupiter, and that is a really big, that's just huge. That happens at 22 degrees Capricorn. That'll be affecting everyone, but it'll especially be affecting Capricorns. And I tell you these degrees so that you can go look in your own chart and see if it's a big deal for you. So Uranus conjunct Jupiter only happens every 12, 13 years. And Jupiter is the bearer of gifts, the uncle, like the lucky uncle that comes and gifts abundance. And this one with conjunct Jupiter has a lot to do with your karma, how you've put in time as a soul. So we will be gifted or possibly not gifted where we need to show up and do some work. So it's a really big month. All right, so let's roll through these signs real quick because I have got to get my buns moving. Okay, let's see here. Cards, those are the same ones. These are the same ones. This is not, there we go. All right, I have a fun treat for you. Let's start at the beginning. So, as I told you, by the way, if you are just joining me, I'm going to go through all things real quick. Go back to the beginning. Watch all of the information. It's super beneficial, you guys, if you decide to allow the idea that your life might be for you as opposed to at you. I know it feels that way, but there's actually like this whole plan and this almighty creator that is all about beautiful expansion. And when you're not in line with your best stuff and your highest good, we get, I was going to say bitch slap, but I'll say a pow-pow. Yes. And that pow-pow feels like, oh shit, I lost my job. Oh snap, my health just got like this. Oh heck, my relationship looks like ass. Yes, that's what it looked like, that's what it do. But the thing is, that's because that dynamic is no longer serving you. And so it's time for you to grow. So the quicker you get in line with understanding that all of the beauty is for you and not at you, the quicker you get to use this energy for your highest good. Okay, let's roll. We are experiencing a solar eclipse on April 8th. This eclipse is with the new moon aspecting Chiron. So you are roaring. You are honoring your contract with your creator. You are digging into the storehouse of gifts within. You are summoning your soul song. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready? I have the most beautiful cards. I'm going to pull one for each sign. I'm going to tell you how this eclipse is affecting your sign and what you should do with that. I'm also going to tell you that it's at 19 degrees Aries. This energy is in effect for 6 months to a year. This is a massive, massive eclipse for the United States as it is over us. Those who have any planets around 19 degrees Aries, give or take a few degrees on either side, anywhere from 17 to 22 degrees Aries, will have life-altering events because of this. If you are in Aries, this is a life-altering eclipse for you, okay? The way you can find out about that is you can find out about your birth chart. If you have questions, you can send me a message. If you're interested in the reading, you can also send me a message, okay? So let's go. So for Aries, I have a card for you and some information. Aries, this is the last eclipse. And I've got you. Thank you, sir. Did you hear me? Thank you. Aries, this is the last eclipse for you. Right? Just in time. Aries, this is the last eclipse for you for the next 9 or 10 years. That's with the North Node. Okay, so this is the time you change your life. This is the time you step into your karma. This is the time you listen to your soul. This is the time where you roar your soul song. And I know you like that word roar because you an Aries. Yes. So your card, first of all, let me tell you that this last, the lunar eclipse affected your 7th house. All right. And this lunar eclipse, this solar eclipse is affecting your 1st house. So this is who you be, Aries. This is your game time. This is when you show up and beat on your chest. Your lovely card. Oh my God, I went there. Be kind to yourself and others. All right, are you ready? I got a special message for you, Aries. I love this so much. Aries, there's something called the golden rule that you've heard of. It says, do unto others as you that have done unto you. Another way of saying this is whatever you put out comes back to you. So if you're kind to others, people and animals and plants, then that kindness will come back to you. If you're mean to others, then you'll find that meanness comes back to you. Of course, there will be moments when you don't feel so kindly towards others, Aries. But try to get back on track and do something nice for someone. And don't forget to be nice to yourself. If you get angry or upset with yourself, let it go as quickly as you can, Aries. I know it's tough. Perhaps by talking to a trusted adult or a friend and getting their help. This doesn't mean you always have to be nice, but just do your best as much as you can. And don't try to be perfect, just be kind. I thought these were in order for all of us friends today. All right, Aries, I feel like that means this is a lot for you right now. So if you lose your temper, get back on track. Be kind to you and others. And Aries, my thing for you is you need to get into service. You are a very I position. This is a very I time. Do yourself the gift of stepping into service. Create some sort of a service position in your life. Better yourself and the whole human race for it. If you don't know how to do that, watch some of my past videos and pull your head out your ass. You're a human. Okay, next, Taurus. Taurus, you are going to receive downloads. This is your time because this is your 12th house that is being aspected by the solar eclipse. This is huge for you. This is when, like, spirit's talking, spirit's knocking. So this is the time to really listen. Make time for meditation. Make time for quiet. Also, you got to get your feet on the ground right now and connect with the earth. Spend time in nature. Keep your window open at night and listen to nature sounds. All of that is information that will help you right now. The more time, this is your 12th house. It feels very busy. It feels very pressured in your head. All of this connection with nature will help you slow down. Raccoon, you have everything you need, Taurus. Aww. Especially as you are just letting go of stuff in your 6th house. So you might be just letting go of beliefs. You might be just letting go of some of the patterns in your daily life that you were working on. Raccoon says wanting something and needing something are two different things. When you say, I need a new toy or I need a new lunchbox, do you really need these things? I don't think so. But I can understand that you want them. The truth is there are very few things we need. There are the basic needs that you have to stay alive, like air, food, water, and shelter. Once they're satisfied, there are other needs, such as the need to stay safe and love. But most of the time, when we talk about things we need, they're really things we want. There's something to think about. As long as you have some of these basic needs met, you have everything you need. There are people in the world who really have to struggle to meet even their basic needs and are appreciative when they are met. So after all, how many actually need a new bike or a new iTouch or the latest Wii game? Those are things you might want, but you can live without them. Unless you're so poor that getting your meals is a problem, you really do have everything you need. From there, everything else is a want. Taurus, earth sign. There are a lot of people right now that don't have the food they need. Taurus, get your feet on the ground, open your heart to what is coming to you, and allow yourself to be of service. Go find the people who can't eat. Use your gifts, Taurus. You're a hard worker. You're a bull. You're made for this. Do the do. Gemini, you just let go of stuff in your 5th house, stepping into your 11th. Mercury's getting ready to go retrograde in the beginning of April, and that's your your planet. So give your brain a break. Don't expect everything to be running super smoothly as we start April. And Jupiter is coming in May. So April is your preparation month. This is a preparation time. This is in your 11th house, which is your... this is a lot about the North Node, your service to all that is, you know? This is... Whoa, that one flew out. I love it. Let's see what it says. Stand up for yourself, little bear. Gemini, little bear. B-E-A-R. Bear says, goodness. There's a time to stand up for yourself and trust your instincts. Be brave when facing others who don't approve of who you are and don't like what you have to say, especially when you express something you truly believe in. It's not about you being right and making the other person wrong, but about trusting what you believe. Although it's nice when others agree with you, it's really not necessarily that they do, but it's necessary to treat them with respect no matter what. Standing up for yourself is also different than taking a stand against someone or something. It takes courage to do so, but it also takes courage to know when to let go and when to compromise. If in doubt, ask a trusted adult, such as your mother or father, to support you or guide you in a different way to handle the situation. Gemini, this makes me feel like time to step in your heart, baby, because Mercury's retrograde. So if you're feeling challenged in a way that is cerebral, whether it's your understanding of something or your acceptance of something or your resistance to something or others' resistance or acceptance to you, let it go. Try to step into your heart and find the God in all things. You can do that by looking at and finding something good in everything that you interact with, be it a human being, be it a little slice of nature or a situation. Find the good in it. It could be traffic. Look at all these people taking the initiative to get where they want to go. All right, I have to see what time it is. I think I'm going to have to do, excuse me, half the signs now and half later. I got to do something with my kiddo. All right, Cancer. Wow, April's a really busy month for Cancer. All of the planets are focused above the horizon in your chart, and your go time. It's go time for you. Everything is in a really positive place for you to take initiative. This eclipse is about in your 10th house. And so that's about your role in the world. It's about your career, how you interact on that level with the world, with the collective. So it says elephant, you can overcome any problem. All right, it might feel like a lot right now, Cancer, especially because you're the feeler and there's so much energy concentrated in a positive direction. Some people like that. Some people like retrograde. It all depends on how you are personally. But I was looking up Cancer instead of elephant. Hold on. So elephant says you can overcome any problem. Elephant says, I'm sure sometimes when you, let me start over. Are you ready? Hold on. Okay. I'm sure sometimes you feel like you're faced with what seems like insurmountable problems. You had some trouble with one of your subjects at school. One of your parents got upset with you. A friend you usually play with for some reason didn't want to hang out with you today, or you've lost something and you just can't seem to find it. I love the run-on sentences. Whether it's one particular problem or one of those times when it seems like nothing is going right, it can be quite overwhelming. And when you're overwhelmed, it's hard to think straight or figure out what to do. So the first thing is to pause, Cancer. And for a few minutes, take some deep breaths and tell yourself, I am relaxed. As I breathe, I am calm. I would say I am supported. Remind yourself that most problems you face are not as big as you think they are. And I would also say, remind yourself you're an elephant. I mean, what can be as big as you? It doesn't say that, but duh. Anyway. And that you have a number of resources that can help you solve any problem. The first resource is to turn to your parents or other trusted adults. Right now, we're going to take that as turn to your community. Start opening your mouth. All you need is right around you. That's how spirit works. Wouldn't just leave you high and dry like that. It's just that we think we're disconnected. I know. Okay, so if it helps to solve the problem, you can use the internet and books to research ways that people have solved similar problems. I would be careful with that. Or find steps to take to resolve the situation. But you must always strongly believe that you can solve the problem. Just remember, you don't have to go it alone. I would take it a step higher. You don't even have to solve the problem or go it alone. You must simply believe, Jedi-san, that the problem is solvable. Not only solvable, that it's not a problem. That's what's up. We say it's a problem because why? Because we're uncomfortable, because we don't like it, because we haven't experienced it before, because we are exhibiting and interacting with fear. I wonder if the same dynamic presented, but then when you're familiar and comfortable, then it's not a problem. My point is that you deem it a problem when it's all growth and evolution. It's just that we attach these other emotions to it when it's foreign and when we don't know the outcome. But if you can choose to decide, Cancer, that it's always for you, no matter what it looks like and no matter what it feels like, then you will understand that it doesn't have to feel good to trust that it's going to work out. It doesn't have to feel good at all. In fact, you can be like, man, fuck. This shit sucks. But I'm going to ante up because apparently that's what's called for right now. Because spirit wouldn't give me bullshit. So like if it's presenting, game on. Let me rise. Right? I mean, that's all there is, really. If you really want to be in your solution. And it's the truth, too. So if you can suspend the discomfort and you can lean into the trust, your whole game will change. I swear to you. y'all know my past. If you don't know my past, by the way, go to my YouTube and start watching my story. I'm telling my story in a book called I Am a Village. Chapter 1 and 2, episode 1 and 2 are on my YouTube channel. We're reading for Leo. Leo, this, I keep doing that. I want to say aspect. Eclipse is aspecting your 9th house, okay? So you could really be having shifts in, this is the house of, like occult, rabbit hole stuff is what it makes me think of. Like you might really be changing your belief system right now. You might like, on deep core beliefs, not just like little things, but like you might really be shifting in some of the ways that you really see yourself on the core level, that you really see the earth on the core level. Okay. Especially with all of this fire energy. And you just released stuff in your 3rd energy and you released in your 3rd house, communication, with yourself, with others, you know, all of this could be shifting. Your interaction with life itself might really be shifting right now. This swan says, what does she say? You are beautiful, just as you are, Leo. Oh, I feel like that loved on your heart. I feel like that really loved on your heart. You are beautiful, Leo. You're beautiful. You're talented. I like watching you. You're the best. I love when you perform. Yes. Hold on. Leos love that. I love watching Leos receive praise. My dog is a Leo. She loves to be cheered for. Okay, Neo, Swan, you are beautiful just as you are. There's this saying that beauty is only skin deep, which means it is just on the surface, but it really goes much deeper than that. No matter how you look, it's how you feel inside that really counts. There will be days that no matter what you do, you will feel like the ugly duckling. But it's especially important on those days as well as others to let your spirit shine through like a light from inside. That way you bring the inner beauty into the world. One way to help your inner light shine is to be grateful for all that you have, while another is to compliment or say nice things to others. Try and make them smile. It will feel good to do so, and when you feel good, it is natural to shine. Others will be affected such that they will feel beautiful too. So simply know that you are beautiful just as you are, and knowing and accepting that, you'll find great beauty all around you. Okay, we're going to apply some higher learning on this today. I love this. However, we're going to say that we're not going to worry about trying to make others smile till you cultivate the smile in yourself. You can't give shit that you don't have. All right, so let's back up a minute. And let's reread this. Let's say one way to let our inner shine is to be grateful for what we have and to compliment ourselves. We can even cultivate what we have. I put on pretty clothes sometimes. You're a Leo. You were born to be on stage. Decorate thy vessel. Put on a costume. Own a funny accent. Act as if. Okay? So tell yourself, I am great. I am this. I am that. I am this. Be your own performance. When you celebrate you will actually give the gift of celebration of self to the others around you. You don't have to walk around with a half-empty vessel trying to give your half-emptiness to those around you. Nobody wants your sloppy-ass seconds. That shit is old consciousness, and it does not work. Do unto others as you'd have done unto you. Please do not. I don't want your sloppy seconds. I want you to treat me like a queen. So, with that, Leo, step on stage and choose to be great. Choose to be fabulous. Choose to focus on everything that is wonderful and allow your voice, the power of sound, to pair with the power of consciousness and allow praise. I am amazing. I am so good at this. I am supported. All good resources flow to me. I love that I always figure it out. Yes? You're on board. You came here to shine. It's your time. All right, I'm going to do one more sign at Virgo, and then I'm going to break, and I will come back and do Leo through Pisces either this afternoon or this evening. I will take my cards with me where I'm going. Maybe you'll get a reading outside. Ooh. Or I will do it this afternoon. So let's finish up with Virgo. And if you're just joining me, go back and watch the beginning because I'm giving you tons of lovely information. And I forgot to talk about April. Well, we'll talk about that tonight. Okay, let's stay on track. We're going to read for Virgo real quick. Virgo, remember, we're starting April with Mercury going retrograde. That's a big deal for you. Also, your ruling planet. This is affecting your 8th house. This, I think for you, this is a redo on your finances. This is a redo on your financial structure. That not only means, I think that's where you'll be restructuring things. This eclipse does not affect you personally per se, your sign, but you'll be, oops, I didn't put that in there. I got to do it again. You'll be allowed the ability to restructure finances, possibly tax matters, legal matters, something like that, legal contracts. And it's good because that's what we do when Mercury goes, when a planet goes retrograde, we go back over a dynamic we have already experienced, and we're able to pick up more information and be more attentive. So that's a good deal. Yay. Thank you for the caption below, my lovely. Rabbit, ask for help. Oh, Virgo, I love that for you. Because you get so in your head. Little Virgo, big rabbit, ask for help. Okay, let's see what it be. Another thing I want to tell you is if you show up, listen to the whole thing, okay? I would listen to all signs. I have all sorts of tasty tidbits, intuitive love for you. And so if you tune in and listen, the more you are here, the more you gather. It's just fabulous. All right, Rabbit says don't be afraid to ask for help. It's going to be there if you do, whether from a parent, a friend, or sometimes even a spirit guide. It does feel good to be able to do so many things by yourself and for yourself. But what about those things that are so much easier when you have someone to help you out? For example, when you're trying to get something from that top shelf but can't reach it, how about asking someone to give you a hand by holding onto the ladder so you don't fall, Rabbit? Even though I love these cards, isn't this fun? Even though it's important to do things on your own, whenever you feel any doubt about being able to accomplish those things, ask for help. When homework becomes too difficult, it's not that you want someone to do it for you, but you can ask for someone, like one of your parents or a tutor, to help you figure it out. If you're not sure, try asking. Usually the person who helps you feels pretty good about it too. I love this card, okay? Because when we're little, we're taught to ask for help. When we're little, we're taught to connect. When we're little, we're taught that others have answers. You get big and it's like, well, you're on a fucking island by yourself. Figure it the fuck out and we're going to judge you and talk shit about you behind your back. Ha ha! And it doesn't work for anybody, okay? Y'all, if you haven't gathered anything since the beginning of this process, progress. Damn it! Broadcast. I'm trying to hurry up. If you haven't gathered anything since the beginning of this broadcast, it is that you can become a magnet to what you want more of. So in this reading, start understanding, Virgo, that help is available every second of every day, around every turn. Signs are imminent. They are streaming to you. And the more that you get in this belief, and this is for everyone, not just Virgo, the more, I wish I still had the cards up, that you get in that belief, that you train your brain to be like, oh, I just gotta get out there and get the signs. I gotta become a better scavenger hunter, a scavenger sign hunter. I just gotta like become a better decipherer, right? That you get fed and then you become a better synthesizer, transmitter, all of this stuff comes at you and you become better at learning the signs and gleaning the information and then putting it together to make better choices for yourself. You become a better focal point for what you want more of. So choosing to understand that help is available. Choosing to ask, whether in prayer or in meditation or in your family or in your community, is always beneficial. And you get to bring more people into your circle, and it's beneficial for them too. People love being of service. They don't know it, but that's why I make people be of service. When you become in service to another, when you have to help another, that's why my program of recovery it works. I get help and I have to help. If I don't help, and if I don't be here and help, if I don't give it away, I can't keep it. It's how it works. So becoming part of the almighty flow, being in service to another, trusting that as I help, I am helped. Miraculous. It's beautiful. Okay, think back up with Libra, and Libra, you are the reciprocative, the opposite sign of Aries. So this is a really big deal for you. You are going to be, this is life-changing for you if you have planets between 17 and 22 degrees Libra. Go look at your chart and take a look at that. And if you were born during that time, then yeah, things are going to change in your life. The beginnings and endings of things are imminent. This last eclipse, the lunar eclipse on the 25th of March, affected your first house. So you were letting go of things in the first house, and now you are aspected with this up and coming eclipse in the 7th house. So that is the what's the word I want to use? Relations, but intimate relations, but that's not more like intimate relations, more like we used to use it. It can be your intimate relations in your home, in your relationships, but also like intimate business partners. And I don't mean people you're getting intimate with. I mean like people that you work intimately with in your life. It's also celebration, luck, partnerships is the big one there. So let's see what our cute little cards have to say for you today. Oh, lovely Libra. It says cooperate with others. You get Dolphin. We're reading the sweet baby cards today for you, those who just joined us. I just think it's the sweetest thing ever. Okay, so Dolphin says, cooperate with others. I'm sure there are times when you need a little help from your parents or from your friends. And just the same, there are times when someone needs your help. Offering to help or asking someone if they need help can make you feel good. It's an act of kindness and often leads to the same kinds of favors being returned to you. It's particularly rewarding when you are part of a group that is helping each other out. Such as a team sport like soccer, but it doesn't have to be only at those times or in those places. Right now, it's an important time to cooperate with others in getting things done. Cooperate means to operate together, such as when you're playing a game with friends, taking turns and trying to be as fair as possible with everyone, including yourself. You may help your parents too by asking them how you can help. See what happens when you use teamwork to play or get things done. It makes it easier and it makes it fun for everyone. Okay, so we're using these sweet, lovely cards today because I think we need a little kid message and I just love them. So let's put it in big girl and big boy talk. Use your parents as your community unless your parents are around and maybe they really do need your help right now. But this is the time to cooperate, Libra, with your community. And it means to operate together. You might be the one that needs to take the initiative and reach out and see if you can play with your neighbors and play with your friends. It came up in the last one, and it's a really strong message for me right now, especially growing up military. It's time to make community, and it's time to reach out in your neighborhood. It is really time to see if your fellow neighbors are doing all right. Share a meal with people. People are tripping. It's really hard for a lot of people right now. Like, it was funny when I was a kid, I hated that we had to go to all these military things. I thought it was a drag. But, like, I understand that it was everything in creating a community, because after you hang out with people a few times, you know, like X degree of your personality comes out, and then people can tell, to a degree anyway, if you're okay or not okay. And you start to be able to do that for your fellow neighbor. It's the most effective way of creating the neighborhood watch. It's the most effective way of improving people's health. It's the most effective way of giving people hope. It's the most effective way of teaching people that they're not alone. And I'm also learning now, as a grown-up who grew up military, that apparently everyone didn't learn this shit. A lot of people just stay in their house, and then there's video games. So if you're one of those people that, screw it, become one of those people. Walk out your damn house and meet your neighbor, fool. All right? We are reading for Scorpio. Scorpio cutie, learn from your mistakes. Okay, this is massive. So you just had a lunar eclipse with the South Node in the 12th house. Massive releasing for you. Massive releasing what's going on in your head. In terms of your belief systems, probably about yourself and your relationships with others primarily. For you, Scorpio, too, it's probably a lot of your relationship with the world itself, because you're super cerebral. I mean, that's your sign. You know what I mean? You're not afraid of delving to the bottom of the darkest sepulcher of consciousness. I say this every time I talk about Scorpios. And so, for you, it's easy to be in your own cerebral space. But you might really need to, this upcoming eclipse, in April 8th is aspecting your 6th house, and, your daily life will be changing. How you see yourself in the world and your interaction with it will be changing. This eclipse isn't aspecting your sign directly, but that process of letting go in the 12th house and stepping into the new in the 6th is a whole lot going on upstairs, especially for a sign that spends a whole lot of time upstairs. So for Scorpio, Coyote says, okay, everyone makes mistakes. It's bound to happen. I love this. But don't let it upset you. The problem is when you make the same mistake over and over and over, thinking that something will be different. Sounds like a Scorpio. But it always turns out the same. If you do something like trying to ride your bike backwards again and again and again and fall down and hurt yourself. Oh my God, I love this. And you fall down and hurt yourself each time, or jump down from a place that's too high and hurt yourself and then try it again. You're not really learning from your mistakes, especially ones that might be dangerous. But I also know you have to try out new things sometimes to see if you can do them. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to stop doing that. But if it keeps going wrong, or it doesn't happen the way you want it to, or you expected it to happen, then it's time to try a different approach. Whatever mistakes you've made recently, learn from them. Take the lesson seriously, but don't let that stop you from trying other things. It's important to avoid dangerous stunts, Scorpio, but also important not to look for danger when it's not there. Okay, so big girl, big boy talk. I would say get out of your head and move to your heart, which is really what that is, the 12th to the 6th. The 12th to the 6th. For real, that's exactly what that is. You're moving from, like, here's what I feel for Scorpios right now. You want more relationships. You want more harmony in your relationships. You want more symbiosis, interaction, connection. Yes? But you want it in here, and you think about it in here, and you think about how it could work out. Now and nothing moves and nothing changes because you don't get off your ass. So this is the time to move from your heart to from your head to your heart, which means you might not have the answers. You might not know how it's going to turn out. You don't have to know how it's going to turn out. You just have to try what you think might feel good, not what you think might be the right decision, but what might feel good. And that might be a tricky order for a Scorpio, because you're all about your headspace. So, we are reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you just let go of stuff. You just had a lunar eclipse on the 11th house, and you are stepping into 5th house. 5th house changes. Say that fast. 5th house changes. 5th house changes. See, once I get conscious of it, I can do it. Anyway, you're stepping into changes in the 5th house. This solar eclipse is not aspecting your sign directly, but it will aspect your relationships, and it will aspect your ability to receive abundance. Understand that can come through crisis. That's often what happens that makes people learn to reframe their circumstances. So if around the time of April 8th through April 13th, and remember, you guys, eclipse energy stays in effect for 6 months to a year. So if it comes as crisis in that way at first, just decide. Don't even wonder. Decide that you are restructuring your ability to receive abundance, right? Because that's the truth. It's always getting better. It's always getting better. As I said in the last video, it's just that humans are like, oh my God, it hurts. Or it's never happened before. Or I don't know what the outcome is. Or I have no experience here. All of these things generally contribute to FEIR in a human, false evidence appearing real. And then we kind of shut down and we tend to frame the situation as not good because it hurts. But think about this. If it didn't hurt, would you even be paying attention? So maybe you can decide to reframe that, ooh, when it hurts like this means the good stuff's coming. Because when it hurts, I get to pay attention to what I need to let go of and what I need to allow more of. Amen. Sagittarius, you need to be kind to yourself and others. Oh, baby dear. Baby dear for Sagittarius. Let's see what it says. I just love these little cards. By the way, this deck is called Children's Spirit Animal Cards. I should have had that closer to me so I could tell you what deck. If you want to get like a starter deck for your family or your children or even your man, that's a beautiful place to start. Because people seem to receive these messages a little more gently sometimes. And they're just fun. They make you remember to play. And I just love the lingo in here. So dear Sagittarius, there's something called the golden rule that you may have heard of, which says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Another way of saying this is, whatever you put out will come back to you. So if you're kind to others, people, animals, and plants, then that kindness will come back to you. And if you're mean to others, then you will find meanness comes right back to you, Papa. Of course, there will be moments where you don't feel so kindly towards others. But try to get back on track by doing something nice for someone. And don't forget to be nice to yourself. If you get angry or upset with yourself, let it go as quickly as you can, perhaps by talking to a trusted adult or a friend and getting their help. This doesn't mean you always have to be nice. Just do your best and as much as you can. And don't try to be perfect. Just be kind. Okay? So, Sagittarius, big girl, big boy, talk today. I hear in this, you're a fire sign, two things. First of all, you're not going to be kind to others if you're not being kind to yourself. And as a fire sign, the projection of that fire might not feel very good to those around you. So if you find yourself really judging others, or if you find yourself not being kind to others, if you find yourself talking nasty about others, stop in the name of love and ask yourself where you're doing it to yourself. That's number one. Number two is, as a fire sign, I would move your ass. Move your body. If you need to move around, it can, you know, what is that thing I hear? Move a muscle, move, change your mind, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, moving your body and physical exercise, creating movement will help you change your mind about things. And I forgot the other thing I was going to say. I don't know. Move your body. It'll help diffuse energy as a fire sign. That goes for all fire signs, but we were reading for Sag. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, this is a aspecting eclipse for your sign. You just are let go in the the lunar eclipse on the 25th aspected your 10th house. So you are letting go of things so that you can serve your position in the world for the collective in a better way. You need to be more efficient. You have some ideas, some behaviors about who you are and about how you fit in that aren't working. And as a Capricorn, you got to get rid of that mess because you got to help the collective and you're a leader. So get your shit together. I'm a Capricorn. I'm just messing. It's the truth though. The up and coming eclipse on the 8th of April, the solar eclipse, does aspect the 4th house for the Capricorn. And so for us, it's just going to be, this can be a few things. This is our family life. This is our daily life in our home. This is anything having to do with our home. This can also have to do with our mother, our siblings, and our immediate family. Our relationship can be changing with our home, with our family, and even with our place of living. As Mercury's retrograde from the beginning of the month on, and we do have Uranus conjunct Jupiter in our sign later in this month, there could be massive changes on the home front for the Capricorn. So let's see what our little cards say for us. Wolf, you are safe and protected. Look at the cuties. Look at the cuties. Okay. Capricorn. W-O. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, it says everyone, whether they're children or adults, sometimes feels scared and unsafe. For instance, if you're out with your parents and you lose track of time, even for a short time, you may feel alone and unprotected. Oh, it can be scary if someone at school tries to bully you or when you hear unfamiliar sounds at night. And it's also perfectly normal to be at least a little bit nervous if you're performing a song for others or acting in a play. Any number of things like these can trigger those feelings where your heart beats a little faster and your breathing quickens. Your body and your mind think you're in danger even when you're not. A lot of times you can have those feelings even though there's really nothing to be afraid of, no matter what makes you feel that way. Call on me and I will help you feel safe. You can even ask me to be with you through the night in your room to help you get a good night's sleep. Excuse me. And of course, if you're really scared, always call on one of your parents or a close friend to be with you. Let's make it big. I just love this. Sometimes you feel scared and unsafe. Like you may have felt like you lost track of time and your connection from a power greater than yourself, from your connection from spirit, and you feel like you're not getting the word and you don't know what time it is and you feel unprotected. And it can be scary then when you have to go to school and you have to go to work and you have to go out into your day and you have to listen to people talk. And those sounds and those feelings and those interactions come home with you at night when you lay down, and they're scary. And you may feel like you're having to perform when you go out. You're having to be in a play and you're having to be on stage because you're really just afraid to be yourself. And all of these things can make your heart beat fast and your body feel kind of wonky and your mind feel like things are just going silly ways. And then it can be really scary and you can feel like things aren't going right. But that's when you can just take a time out and you can call on a power greater than yourself and it will help you feel safe again. And then you can also ask the sweet little wolf if he wants to come in your room and be your buddy. How sweet is that? Y'all, that's little kid talk, and it's just the stuff we need to tell ourselves. It's funny as I say this, it hits home for me. I did this for myself for years with my son when he was little. This is the work I do with grown-ups and the way I talk to them when they're finding their little so they can be big. Because most of them are walking around with a fake bravado, especially those of us that build the great big bodies with the great big muscles. 100% guaranteed. Yes. Nobody got all big because they felt big. So, beautiful life lessons right now. Cutesy, cutesy. Let's go for Aquarius. Aquarius, lots of growing right now, not massively aspected by this eclipse. You are letting go in the 9th and welcoming in the 3rd. When I say welcoming, we're starting anew. The new moon, it is in aspect with this April 8th solar eclipse, as is Chiron. So, Aquarius, this is a really big deal for you right now because you have Pluto in your sign, so your ass is on fire. Everything is different for you. Said the Capricorn who just had Pluto for 16 years. I got nothing but love for you. I'm not making fun at all. When Pluto comes into your sign, it is literally death and rebirth to absolutely everything in order for you to continue to evolve. So depending on where you're at in your own personal evolution, your ass is on fire right now. Like, things might just feel like it's just one thing after another, and you're having to scramble and let something go and then rebuild something and start over. And that happens massively when Pluto is in your sign, with your identification of self, your understanding of self, your image of self, especially if you built an image of self that is false and not serving your highest good. That was the deal with me. You know, I had this like really rough, tough persona, which I guess I needed for the time that it served and the time that it was present. And that was kind of like the man I needed to be. Do you know what I mean? But that didn't work for me after a time. Actually, when Pluto came in my sign, I forget, that's when I got sober. So that's when it's even before I was acting like that. So Pluto's going to come in your sign and torch everything to the ground that's not working, not for your highest good. Might as well just get signed up for it. This eclipse, I keep doing that. I don't know why I want to say aspect. This eclipse, because I think it's all Aries, it's all A's. It's A for Aries, it's A for April, and it's aspecting blah, 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 right? So there we have it. Now that we've worked through that, thank you for letting me share. This eclipse that's aspecting your third house is going to change the way you communicate with yourself and those around you. This will change if you're in personal business. You'll have new understandings and new campaigns for how you market things, and not just how you market them, meaning like you'll make a new campaign with new words, but probably, since it's Aquarius, probably the avenues in which you use. For example, maybe you were like all, maybe you didn't use much video stuff before, and then you get really into video editing, or maybe you pick up a new platform or a new form of media. All of these things are very Aquarian, and this is like really, I'm like, again, the fire sign catalyst for new beginning. So it could be something absolutely evolutionary for you, Aquarius, which, by the way, is where you feel happy. I don't know if you know that, but little tasty fact for you Aquarians, your true happiness lies in playing in places that your current society will think is completely insane. You're completely evolutionary. You're meant to see the invention and the pioneer thought. And so you're like, and you'll be like, I saw this, I think this, and everyone around you is going to go, she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But that's your playground. You know, you're a seer. It's what you came here for. So this says, monkey, try something new. That's perfect for you. I don't think you have much choice, love. Let's see what monkey says for Aquarius. All right, monkey says, can you think of things that interest you or that you are curious about that you've never tried before? I love this for this time for you. What comes to mind? Maybe there is something you've always wanted to try but were afraid to do. Don't let your fear or nervousness get in the way of trying something new. Even adults, when they try something new, they get nervous. Ask any of them and you'll see that this is true. So it's perfectly normal to be at least a little bit nervous if you do something that is unfamiliar to you. Your nervous system is preparing you for the task by increasing your alertness and attentiveness. I love that. Which requires you to take in more oxygen, which in turn makes your heart beat a little faster. So it's a matter of just hanging in there, knowing that you might be nervous. When you tackle any new venture, ask for help if you need support. And whatever you choose to try, make it an adventure and an opportunity to grow. And then be sure to share with someone what you've learned about the story of your adventure. This is amazing for everyone. Wow, what a great reading for Pluto and Aquarius, but especially for you Aquarians. I love that this is, because this is what's happening to the human. The recalibration of the human is exactly that. We are being prepared for our nervous system for the task of increasing more alertness, more attentiveness, more conductivity, actually more electricity, more magnetism, more flow, more God source energy. And so it feels like a tax first. It's a whole lot more flow going through that system. This is that energy that we're talking about, people having too much energy and inability to focus. It's a matter of tempering and learning that you just got to hang on. So for you Aquarians, get your feet on the ground. Absolutely instrumental. Human beings, we are mammals. Get your feet on the ground without shoes. I said that to someone and they're like, I'm outside every day. And I'm like, in your shoes? And she was like, well, yeah. I'm like, I'm not talking about your shoes. You got to go outside and touch the ground without a rubber barrier between your body and the actual earth. We are the only creature at this point that does not walk outside, besides the pet that lives in your house, that doesn't walk outside every day and touch its bare feet, bare paws to part of the grounding earth. The bird lands in the tree grounded to the earth. Everything else walks outside to use the bathroom, to stay outside, lives outside. And so as we are separated from the earth, and especially now that we're in air signs and Pluto is in Aquarius and things are moving much more quickly, it is even more important to make sure that we're grounding. If you're having any neurological, psychological issues, I don't know why I'm so itchy, that are increasing, I feel like I have something on me. Getting your feet on the ground will take the edge off of that. Absolutely. Let the mama love on you, the OG herself. Okay, Pisces. This is not aspecting you. The April 8th eclipse. I'm stuck there. The April 8th eclipse is not aspecting you directly, Pisces. You are having your release the March 25th in the 8th house, and your, we'll call it a rebirth, the April 8th solar eclipse in your 2nd house. In Pisces, I feel like that has everything to do with your self-worth. This has to do with how you see yourself in the world. You've just let go of a whole lot of beliefs that were keeping you hostage in the way that you felt like you had to approach relationships. This is not just relationships with people. This is relationships to your job. This is relationships to your time. This is relationships to your schedule. If you felt like you had to be a slave to the vibe, you might be revising that. If you felt like you had to be the only one in a relationship that found the joy, you might be revising that. And I say this with Pisces because Pisces, if you're on point, are pretty peaceful, happy people. If you're the Pisces right now that is exhibiting the lower echelon presentation of Pisces, and you have been ducking out in addiction or alcoholism or denial, then you're getting shown where that's not working right now, and a chance to step out of that and into greater image of self, which comes after better behavior. You know, after we act a better way for a few 24 hours, we start to see ourselves a better way. You got to walk the walk for long enough for you to identify with a different concept of yourself. You keep doing the same shit, you see yourself as the same shit bag. I mean, that's kind of clear. And so the Pisces is getting the chance right now to, we're just going to roll with it. The Pisces is getting the chance right now to change their image of self. That's going to come with boundary settings. It's also going to affect your finances. The 2nd house is tied to your finances because, of course, your finances have everything to do with your self-worth. So, you are going to, you're going to see how your updating and upgrading image of self gives you more financial stability in your life. I just love this. Look at that. You got unicorn, Pisces. Oh, use your imagination. That's right on time for you because you're the dreamy sign. You're the one that can. I love it. Let's see here. Okay, unicorn. Pisces, many people believe in my existence, yet these days, very few have actually seen me. Whether or not someone has seen me or even believes in me doesn't matter. I know I'm real. I'm not walking around on the earth anymore as I once did, since I decided a while ago that I'd only be available to someone who was using their imagination. That's where I live these days, in people's imaginations, along with other mythical beings like dragons and the phoenix. Funny thing is, it's in its own way, imagination is just as real as the world you see around you. It's just a different kind of reality. Everything that humans have created started with a thought or a picture in someone's mind, with what someone first imagined. So no matter how you do so, it's time now to express your imaginative side in some way, whether through drawing, painting, writing, sculpting, or any other art form, and have fun doing it. What comes to me for this, Pisces, especially Pisces men, get yourself a coloring book. Yeah, all you big, strong, burly guys that are like, what? Get yourself a coloring book so you can help ground your Pisces energy that already is super dreamy. And then you can cultivate more creativity and become more imaginative. That's going to help you calm down. You have Saturn in your sign right now, so it's hitting pretty heavy and it's hitting pretty hard. You have like a lot of serious stuff right now, probably for you, perhaps more than you're used to dealing with. It feels different when Saturn's in your sign. So cultivating your imagination is key, especially because what it does not say in here is 3D imagination is 5D reality. It just told you it starts in energetic form. It starts in ethereal form. Once it's focused on long enough, it becomes a thought or a belief, and then it can become an actual thing. That's when you can take action on it and bring it out of the 5D and into the 3D, right? So work on that, Pisces. Play with your imagination. That's all I have for all of you beautiful people. Thank you for being here with me today. This is a really neat time for all of us to decide whether or not we want to show up and use the energies that are being presented on earth for our highest good. We always get the choice, you know? We're going to feel them one way or the other. So I personally like to be able to be given the option to explore some of my awareness so that I can try to pay some attention to what's being worked on with me. I think that that's kind of like, probably like, makes me think of like my mom saying, you know, look at me when I talk to you. It's the same type deal, you know. I do better when I show up in a way that I am being gifted circumstances, I am being gifted situations, I am being gifted challenges for my highest choice, for my decision to see it as a gift and an invitation for my liberation. If I choose to see the circumstances as upon me or someone's doing something to me, I generally act like a punk, forfeit my sovereignty and my ability to evolve and to choose any beneficial action. So today I like to listen to what's going on and pay a little bit of attention and then give it my big girl try to show up. So thank you for being here with me. I am super grateful to be here with you during this time. All of my links are below in the comments. Please join my, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please go watch part number 1 so that you know how this stuff affects you and how you can use all this energy for your highest good. And please, what else? I'm telling my story. It's on YouTube. You can watch episodes 1 and 2. It's called I Am a Village. I think I linked it below. And you can shop my store for scalar skincare and buy skincare charged with scalar energy, which makes your body immune from Wi-Fi, cell phone, and ELF wave exposure for 2.5 days per application. Holy hallelujah. I know, it's amazing stuff. So thank you for being here with me. I will put all of these together when I upload them to YouTube so it'll be seamless and smooth and you won't have to hop around with me like this today. But I thank you to those who did. Thank you for being here. I love you. I love you. I love you.